Okay, so I'm going to show you how to work with markers in Logic to spot your video for where you want to put your sounds, your sound effects, Foley, ambience, music, dialogue, stuff like that. And so the idea is that you would watch it, and as you see something that needs a sound, just mark it. Doesn't matter if what it is, if it's music, ambience, whatever at first, just mark it. Put the markers in, and then you can go back and you would lock those in place, and then you could drag your sounds to those places, and you could place them on whatever tracks they belong, for instance. So let's see, I'll share my screen. Sound. Okay, so I've just made a Logic session to go with a blank movie here, no sound. And I've set it up, and I would recommend that you do this to begin with, some way to be organized. I just set it up with Foley, sound effects, ambience, music. You could throw another track in there for dialogue. Let's see, let me go ahead and make a new track. And there it goes. And throw it at the music. Where did it show up? Here. Let's drag it down the bottom, and we'll just call this ADR. Okay, so you have all your stems, and I made a special one like for the title. So here it is. It's let's just go through and identify just a few different things. So at the beginning, let's say we want to have some music at the title. So I'm going to just go here. You go under Navigate. Let's see, create a marker. There's a lot of different ways to do this, but let's just do it this way. And then you'll have a marker list, and there it is. And you're going to want to name it. And I'm just going to put opening music. Done. You can change the length of the marker. Just slide this around. Look at, you see this little thing? Here we go. Look at that. Okay. So there's that. Let's watch it. Let's find a couple other spots here. So we go along. So, and I had the title track. So once it gets going, there's things are going to happen here. You might want to just put sounds in there. I broke that out as separate from like a function, like Foley, all that. Okay, so then, so maybe when this starts to drop down, it's in the scene. Let's throw some ambience in here. So let's back it up, and then I'm just going to throw it in now. You can fine tune it later. You remember you use command comma or command period, and it can move it around. It's already falling. So let's get it just when it just kind of faces front. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to add another over here. I'm going to add a marker, and I'm going to call this scene ambience. Opening scene. Let's say opening scene ambience. Okay. Again, you want to make it find a nice length for your little thing here. Let's get most of the title in. Okay, let's keep going. I'm going to pick a couple sound effects, a Foley, something like that. So here, let's see. I'm going to leave that ball. Okay, so the mask, when this little thing pops over the fence, I let the first one go because I just want to spread them out a little bit. So again, you can command backwards or forward to command comma. So there it is, there when it first hits the ground. Let's just put the marker there, okay? Command comma, command period, moving that cursor back and forth. You'll notice I have the resolution to samples. That way it just ticks along. Okay, so I'm going to add a marker here, and I'm going to call this mask, okay, because it's the little thing. Okay, there's that. Let's give it a little length there of itself. Okay. Okay, next, keep going. More stuff. Just going to spot those. Nope. Okay, let's get this. Let's get him sliding down the fence here. When he first starts. When does he first start? I'll move him up. Okay, and that's the beginning. It's get one more. Okay, so that's the beginning. I'm going to add another marker. We'll call this the slide, right? Done. And let's give it a little something there. Okay, and then one more. Let's do Oh, when he throws the bat. Okay, how about that? When the bat lands, let's see. Okay. Oops, didn't mean that. Oop. Don't want that, don't want that. I hit the wrong button, sorry. Okay. Oh, there it is, first bounce. Okay, and I'm gonna add another marker, and we'll call this one the bat. Okay, so there we go. So there's all your markers. And once you have them really fine-tuned as to where you want them to be, you want to lock them into place so that when you go to get your sounds, you can just find your marker where you want to put it, and you can decide like what track you want to put it on, lined up with which marker, and it will be in the right place. So what you do is you just go into your markers, you hit it, and there's a little L for lock. So we're just going to lock them all into place there. Okay, so part two, I went ahead and I put the sounds in where the markers went, and I filled in lots of other sounds as well, just so we can watch a little tiny bit of that scene. And so, and I also added color. I made the marker color match like to the track colors. So you can see at a glance sort of where your Foley is, where your sound effects are, and stuff like that. So let me share my screen. Sound, share. Okay, and where's my session? Here it is. Okay, so here we are. Let's go back. Let me make this, compress it a little bit. There you go. So here's the opening music. Here's the Foley, the sound effects, the ambience. That I've added that. That actually is part of the ambience. Goes along with the title. So anyway, so let's see. So here's the opening music. If you want to, you can. Let me see. You can. I think it's option click to pop around. Yeah, option click pops you to each marker. And you'll notice, look at that one, the bat hasn't actually hit the ground here. It's almost there. So let's go in and I'll show you how to move the markers around to line up with it better. So let's go, let's find that, open the marker list, unlock the bat marker. And I'm going to spread it out here. All right, and let's watch the picture. And I'm going to what is it? Command and slide it. So let's slide the marker until the bat hits. Oops, hang on. Move the cursor. Actually, it does. It hits right there. So I'm going to just command slide the marker over. Lock it again, and see what happens. Okay, let me slide this closer here. And there's two little bat sounds in there. So let's check it out. Okay. So you can again, where's the bat? Let's make this a little bit smaller here. Let's give it some length. Let's go back. Here it is. And so here's all our little markers. Oh, that's right, I forgot. So the reason the markers are locked so you can put your sounds in where they're supposed to go. But then you also want to lock your sounds to where they are in the position in relation to your picture. Because if you were to change the tempo, remember we talked about absolute and relative time. So when the sound is lined up right with the picture, as it should be here, let's just see if we can hop along. There's when the mask hits the ground, look at the picture. Here's when the boy's sliding. Here's when the bat's getting thrown. And then the ambience comes in, the opening music and the ambience. So, well, actually it's there, but okay. So, you want these sounds to always hit in relation to the picture. That's real time. And so what you need to do then is you also need to go through your sounds. I'm going to highlight the sound here, and you need to, let's see, control click, and then you lock the beginning of your sound file to the empty position according to the time. So I'm going to just go and I'll lock them just for the heck of it. I'm going to lock them, all my sounds here. I guess, that's all part of the same thing. Okay, let's lock, that one's locked already. Let's lock this one. And you just make sure you go through and you lock all your sounds. You could do it as you go along or whenever, but make sure your sounds are locked to your picture. And I will demonstrate what happens if they're not. In fact, lock, 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 lock. Okay, let's just lock some things, and some of them I won't lock, so we can see what happens when I change the tempo. Okay, so here we go. Let's watch it, listen to it, and see what happens here. So right now everything's locked and it's at the original tempo, and we're just gonna run it and listen to it. Okay, so that's with everything in sync, everything is locked. And if you say you have a MIDI file though, and you want to change the tempo at which the it scrolls through all the sounds, the video is going to stay the same. The video is in real time. If you change the tempo, anything that's not locked to the video, to the SMPTE of the video, real time, will go along with your relative time of your new tempo. So let's change the tempo up here. Let's change it to twice as fast, okay? So there's 280. And we'll play the same thing, and you'll notice some things will stay together, and oops, let me make it so you can actually watch it. Okay, some things will stay together, locked to the picture, and other things will drift. The ambience, watch that. Listen to that for that. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so here, now we're back, and I don't know if you noticed, but the, get this little window out here, all the markers stay in place. What moves are the speed at which it's reading through the sound file. So when we put this back to the tempo that original tempo, we originally lined everything up with the video, all the markers are still in place in relation to the video, and the sounds have gone back to where they belong. So let's play that again just a little bit, just so you can hear that everything is fine, and then that's good. We'll be done. This will be posted in the resource, under the resource module, and also the scope of work module for your final project. So good luck. Have a great time.